What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some extremely spicy battles of a team that I put together consisting of Chestnut there on the lead, Empoleon, and Lickilicky on the safe swap. This team is spicy. I'm going to warn you guys right now. It pushed me to the limits of my knowledge and matchups and everything. So this is not going to be one of those kind of really easy, straightforward teams. It was tough. I'm just gonna let you guys know it was tough, but we did really well with it. We faced off against a lot of common, staple, extremely strong teams like Shadow Hypno Double Dark or Bastiodon, XL Medicham, XL Sableye. This team was a lot of fun to use, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles. What spicy Pokemon are you guys using that I should take a look at? Lickilicky is definitely something new, powered it up just for this video, and I plan to use it on different teams in the future as well. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, getting into these spicy battles. My goodness. Positive sets as well, went 7-3 with this team, but we have Chestnut here on the lead versus Shadow Hypno. Get out of there right away. We're going straight into Lickilicky here, and this is what's great, is we draw out the Scrafty right here. Now, we're not going to be able to take out the Scrafty. That's the unfortunate thing with Lickilicky, is that it doesn't have a move that can basically one-shot a fighter, or one-shot a Scrafty that comes in specifically here. But we can chip it down, and what's great as well with Chestnut is its grass fighting typing. It can resist, or the fighting typing on it, can resist the foul play that the Scrafty might throw. So what we're doing here is just throwing back-to-back body slams right here to chip it down, because Chestnut, even though it loses to Hypno, if it can land its neutral charge moves like Energy Ball, it can do a lot of damage. Now, we are reading that this is going to be a potential double dark, so maybe an Umbreon in the back, so we're just going to commit to the hard farm down right here. My opponent is not able to get to another foul play in time. We are going to see the Hypno come back in, so we go ahead and go for this Energy Ball right here. It does massive neutral damage, and they're likely not going to shield, thankfully. And we're going to go ahead and swap straight into Empoleon and look to farm down, but they swap into the Umbreon. Now, what's important with this matchup, I love Empoleon, by the way. It's fantastic in Ultra League, Premier Cup, and it's grown on me here for the Great League, is that you want to try to sneak fast moves through as best as you can and also keep track of the energy. So we just snuck a fast move through right there. This really helps out with our energy gain, and we also want to try to stop them from getting a fast move through, and you guys can do that by ending it, or throwing your charge move basically on the end of, or the middle of their cycle, so that they can't throw another one. So we get a shield right there, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and do another Hydro Cannon here for neutral damage, and this actually does quite a bit. They have to respect it, and we're going to be coming down to the wire right here. Remember, Chestnut has some loaded energy. Actually, I think it might. No, it has no energy. It's energy dry because we threw the Energy Ball right away. So we are going to soak that foul play. We're going to go ahead and go for the swap right here into Chestnut, get ahead on energy, and they swap into the Hypno. But because of Vine Whip and Chestnut able to have a bit of bulk right there, we can get to the superpower, take out the Shadow Hypno, even though it is resisted, and hopefully we can get to the superpower in time. The Umbreon here has to throw its energy in order to take us out. Otherwise, we can get to another superpower because we resist the charge moves. And we got it right there. But we do have Hydro Cannon ready to go here on Empoleon, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played. Very, 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 very tough team to deal with, but it really relies on getting that Scrafty out of there and letting Empoleon basically sweep. All right, moving into this next one here. Let's see how this one goes. Lost the lead a lot with this team. We have Chestnut versus Kanto Ninetales, Shadow Kanto Ninetales as well. So we're going to go ahead and swap into that Lickilicky again. It's going to be our safe swap here. And what's great about a Kanto Ninetales as well is because it's just pure fire typing, it can take neutral damage here from superpower, which is going to do a lot. So as long as we can come in and farm quite a bit of energy like we did before, which we can right here, having a Meganium in the back is huge. If this was a Venusaur, this would definitely be way tougher because of Sludge Bomb, but because of our fighting grass typing, we're going to be resisting the Frenzy Plant and Earthquake on Chestnut. So what Lickilicky is doing here for us is, again, it's our meat shield. It's just chunking down the Meganium and likely drawing out the only counter to Empoleon, or hopefully the only counter to Empoleon here. So we are going to see the Frenzy Plant take us out. That's fine. We're going to come in with Chestnut and overload on energy. Our Switch Clock is coming back up as well. No need to shield right here. Both Frenzy Plant and Earthquake are going to be resisted, so we'll just let them go. It's going to be a Frenzy Plant. Still hurts. Still does quite a bit of damage, but we can completely farm down. We have one superpower, and we're almost at another one. So we're going to go ahead and throw this right away. This is either going to get a shield or absolutely destroy the Kanto Ninetales. I imagine getting a shield. So now we're going to swap into that Empoleon and get ourselves ahead on energy. We are going to see that a Mew comes in. This is perfect because most Mews will be running with Shadow Claw, Surf, and Wild Charge, or Wild Charge and Flame Charge, or Wild Charge and Overheat, that they have to throw the Wild Charge, or they don't have to. They could go for the shield baits, but this battler decided to go for Wild Charge. But because we have 2 shields, we are sitting really, really good. A 2-to-1 shield advantage with Empoleon, which is like the same thing for Ultra League Premier Cup, go figure. So we're going to go ahead and double shield this. Even if this is going to be a Surf shield bait, we can easily farm down. It's going to be another Wild Charge, which is fine by me. I'm going to go ahead and farm down, and then we throw the Hydro Cannon here to take out the Kanto Ninetales, and that is going to be a good battle, very well played. So again, drawing out that hardest counter to Empoleon. In this case, it was a Grass. First game, it was a Fighter. All right, moving into this next battle here. We have faced a lot of very good team compositions. We have Chestnut versus Swampert. Okay, very ideal lead, right? Very positive lead for us, and they're deciding to stay in, which is fine by me. And they're going to go ahead and bail out into Galvantula right here. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Energy Ball. It is going to be resisted, but I can't really safely come in with Lickilicky without damage being done. So we're going to go ahead and load up and then swap after overloading there to catch the charge move here on Lickilicky. Even though, you know, we're behind on the Switch Clock, their Swampert is still far away, we're still doing good. And Empoleon as well can take down a Swampert given the right situation because Waterfall does so much neutral damage. So we're going to go ahead and shield this. It's actually going to be another lunge, which is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and load up, and they're almost at another charge move, so I'm going to have to throw the Body Slam right here. Hopefully we take out the Galvantula, and they opt to go for shield advantage, which they do. That's good for us. Swampert is likely going to be coming back in and has a lot of loaded energy. Now, really hoping I can get to this Body Slam, but they get to the Hydro Cannon in time. Have to let this go. That's fine. They're dumping their energy. Chestnut has a ton of energy, and I'm guessing there's going to be a Skarmory in the back. It's a very common pairing with Swampert, and sure enough, it is. So we're going to go ahead and build up to the double superpower right here and go for it. Could have just gone for the initial superpower right away and then swap into Empoleon, but that's going to be okay. We're going to go ahead and go for the double right here, do some chip damage, and then we can bring in the Empoleon here and look to farm down. Now we do need to be concerned about a potential Sky Attack and Brave Bird landing. That's the unfortunate thing right here. So we're going to go ahead and commit to the farm down. We have to have a Hydro Cannon or at least 2 charge moves basically ready for that Swampert. So it's just going to be a Sky Attack, and we're going to try to farm down, but they get to another charge move here. And I'm thinking it could be Brave Bird. I'm going to go ahead and shield. It was just another Sky Attack. That is unfortunate, but we will be able to farm down, and because Swampert threw its energy, it's not going to be at an Earthquake right here. Hydro Cannon is going to be resisted because of our water typing, so it shouldn't do enough damage to take us out, so we get a shield there. We go ahead and throw the next one, and that is going to be basically a good game right here. And then we will see the Skarmory come back in, and we will farm that down, and that will be GG's. A bit closer than it should have been because that's a great team that right there that my opponent had, but able to lock it down. All right, next battle we have Chestnut versus Shadow Hypno again. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to swap straight into Lickilicky, and we are going to see that Scrafty come in. What we need to do here is, again, going for the double Body Slam right here to do chip damage, and then farm down with Chestnut like we did in Game 1. Faced this team a couple times as well, and was able to beat it, which is awesome. So they're going to go ahead and go for Power Up Punch there. Rightfully so. The Scrafty's sitting really good, can really load up on some energy, but we need to get to 2 Body Slams right here in order to do enough chip damage so that we can farm down. So hopefully we can get to the next one in time. Yes, we can. Perfect. They're not going to be shielding this, but it works out for us, but we'll have to see how this plays out. Again, reading that there is going to be an Umbreon in the back. It's a very common team line made by Verge, who's a great battler, by the way. And we're going to go ahead and come in with that Chestnut and look to farm down. Not going to throw up any shields as well. Power Up Punch doesn't do too much damage. Foul Play is resisted as well, even though it is boosted. But they're going to go ahead and go for another Power Up Punch here. Gotta let it go, right? We win because Empoleon can beat that Umbreon. And we need to chunk health here with Chestnut by farming down. So we have Energy Ball ready to go. Again, we're going to see that Hypno come in, so we're going to go ahead and throw the energy ball right away for that big chunk of neutral damage, which is needed here in this matchup. And we will then swap into Empoleon and look to farm down. They swap into the Umbreon like predicted. And we will do the same thing that we did in game 1. We're going to try our best to sneak through fast moves. We're going to be shielding the foul plays. And we're going to look to try to sneaky close with the Chestnut against the Hypno when shields are gone, because they won't expect the quick superpower because of the energy gain from Vine Whip. So we're going to go ahead and double shield right here on the foul plays. We're going to go for the Hydro Cannon right here, but they snuck through a fast move. That is unfortunate. This Hydro Cannon, though, we should start seeing shields drop here from the Umbreon. They decided not to shield, though. I'm like, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and throw another Hydro Cannon here. This will definitely be getting a shield, and I'm debating swapping into Chestnut to try to catch the next charge move, but we'll have to see how this plays out. I did sneak through a waterfall right there, which is always needed, and the foul play will do quite a bit of neutral damage. We're gonna go ahead and see them swap actually into the Hypno. So what we're going to do is throw the Hydro Cannon right here. This is going to be getting the final shield, and this is actually looking really good. We almost were able to take out the Hypno before they got to the Thunder Punch. But this is going to be a race now. You guys can see what's happening. It's going to be Confusion versus Vine Whip, and we're able to barely take it down. Umbreon doesn't have all the energy, and we're able to get to a superpower in time. So another nail biter right here against this Hypno double dark team, but we're able to take it, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent. Okay, moving into this next battle here, we have Chestnut on the lead versus Skarmory. Okay, really tough matchup right here. I'm going to go ahead and swap into Lickilicky. Look to get ahead on energy, and we see a Shadow Machamp come in. So I'm reading this might be Skarmory, Shadow Machamp, Azumarill, and I'm hoping I can survive Cross Chop. I have to survive this because I need the Body Slam. We don't get it. I needed that. You guys know I needed that Body Slam right there. That neutral damage or that shield would have been very, very important. Now this Machamp is just going to destroy me. Like, there's no coming back. The only way I come back from this fight is if there is a Galarian Stunfisk, or I don't know, a Chandelure in the back, or something extremely weak to Waterfall. We're going to go ahead and go for Superpower right here. Really riding the edge on energy or on health, and they shield as well, and we're going to go down. I needed that Body Slam so bad. We have to bring in the Empoleon right now. I have to shield as well. Obviously, a Cross Chop will take us out, but we're not going to give up. You never know what they could have, right? But a Skarmory, I think, actually, no, it's a 1-to-1 shield. They do decide to bring in Skarmory, which tells me maybe they're super weak to Empoleon, and we might just be able to pull this out if we can farm down Skarmory here and get a shield. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Hydro Cannon. They let it go, and we're just going to try to farm down right here. But they do get to a charge move, and even though it's going to be resisted, I have to shield this. That's the unfortunate thing, and it's going to be a Brave Bird, so that's a good call by them. I farm down, it's going to be a Azumarill on the back. Nothing we can really do right here. If we were able to get that Body Slam, and that just comes from learning with the Lickilicky, knowing that actually, you know what, I can't survive that. I definitely thought I could have held on right there. But if we were able to get that Body Slam, Machamp either would have shielded and we would have gotten it, or we would have gotten it low, both of which would have helped us out because Chestnut would have had a lot more play endgame here versus the Skarmory and versus the Azumarill with Superpower and Energy Ball. But that is going to be a good game to my opponent right there. All right. Moving into this next one, we have Chestnut on the lead versus Bastiodon. Okay, so Bastiodon leads could be a multitude of things, and you guys know that. It could be double Flyers, it could be double Grass, it could be double Fighters, it could be XL Medicham, XL Sableye. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to shield and go for Energy Ball. Based on what they're doing, I'm wondering if it's double Water in the back because they're staying in. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Energy Ball, hoping that we get a shield because I don't want to debuff myself, but they don't shield, which is unfortunate. But we're going to go ahead and count the fast moves here from Bastiodon and then throw the Superpower because they're obviously not wanting to shield now. They want to let this Bastiodon go down, which tells me there might be a Medicham Sableye in the back. Sure enough, we are going to see the Medicham here come in. So this is tough. We're going to go ahead and go for the Energy Ball to do some neutral chip damage, and we're going to bail right away into Lickilicky, and we get a defense drop. That is huge. And we are going to see a Sableye now come in. So mind you, this is, I think this is just a normal Sableye. Actually might be an XL Sableye. Hard to tell. It's 1469 combat power there, but They have 2 shields. They have Medicham and they have Sableye, so we'll have to see if we can play this out. We have to go for the shield bait right here with Body Slam. After building up to Earthquake, we do get the shield, which is perfect, and now we're going to have to go for Body Slam. We need any chip damage that we can get. We still have our Empoleon, which has Drill Peck to do super effective damage against the Medicham here, but things are not looking too good. But if we manage our energy right, we can really pull this off. So we're going to go ahead and let that foul play go through. I think I bring in the Chestnut here to load up on energy, and I throw just before they're going to be getting to a charge move here. So they decide to swap. That's what it was. They decided to swap, and they decided to go for the charge move here, which I'm guessing might be Ice Punch, but it's actually a Power-Up Punch, which is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and go for double Super Power right here. Even though it is resisted, I need to do as much chip damage as I can. Remember, Sableye still has energy, so we throw the Super Power. They don't shield. I swap right away into Empoleon. They get to a charge move, but no one runs Power-Up Punch and Dynamic Punch, so we should be sitting pretty good. It's just going to be a Power-Up Punch. We are able to farm down the Medicham, and we are going to see the Sableye come back in. Now, the Sableye does have Foul Play, and I don't know how much damage this is going to do, but I'm guessing it's going to be quite a bit, which it is. That is not good, but we're able to get it one fast move away. Here we go. Vine Whip comes through. Boom, got him. Good game to my opponent right there. All right, moving into this next battle here, we have Chestnut on the lead versus Jellicent. Now, with FP Stick's recent video with Jellicent, Alolan Ninetales, and Vigoroth, that is what I'm reading from this team, so we got to be careful. I'm anticipating them potentially swapping. We're going to go ahead and shield as well. Don't want to get hit with a Shadow Ball or an Ice Beam, but it's just going to be a Bubble Beam shield bait, which is unfortunate. Our attack did drop, and we're going to go ahead and throw the Energy Ball right here, looking to get a shield from our opponent, and if it is going to be the Vigoroth in the back, we're hoping that it comes out and actually does, which is great. We're going to go ahead and go for Super Power now. This is going to do super effective damage and a lot at that, but things are not over. But we have Lickilicky for Jellicent, which is good, and we have Empoleon for Alolan Ninetales, which is good. So we're going to go ahead and stay in this matchup and do as much damage as we can. It's unfortunate that our attack has dropped so much because of Bubble Beam and Super Power. So this Super Power won't do as much, and we can't safely switch out right here. So what we need to do is force them to use their energy, otherwise we get to another Super Power. So this charge move coming through will be taking out the Chestnut here, and we have to actually come in with Empoleon. If they get to a Body Slam, I'd rather the Body Slam be resisted on Empoleon than neutral on Lickilicky, because, right, it's not going to do as much damage. We're both going to be taking super effective damage from counter because of our normal and steel typing, but at least we can get ahead on energy. Now I'm expecting the Jellicent coming right in right away, and I was expecting a Shadow Ball right away, which is why I swapped so fast. Now, Alolan Ninetales is going to be coming in. We're going to go for that Earthquake. This does a lot of neutral damage, and this is probably going to be a Dazzling Gleam coming from them as well. So Dazzling Gleam does land, does a lot of damage, but here comes the Earthquake. I don't know how much this is going to do, but it's an Earthquake, guys, so we'll see if this KOs. I don't imagine it will. No, it doesn't, but it still does a lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. They just were getting to 5 for a Weather Ball, so hopefully we can get to the charge move. We got to go for the Body Slam right here to do as much chip damage as we can, because this game is going to come down to a Drill Peck from Empoleon. So we're just going to try to lick down. They have to throw their energy at some point, otherwise I'd take them out. So Bubble Beam is going to be coming through, and we're going to swap right away if it doesn't KO us, but it does KO us, and we go for one fast move and are able to get to the Drill Peck in time, and this is going to be taking out Jellicent. So a really, really close battle right there. GG's to my opponent, but Empoleon putting in work like always. All right. We have Chestnut versus Defense Form Deoxys. This is a tough one here. We're going to swap right away into Lickilicky. Ideally, I should stay in that and go for Power Whip and swap on Psycho Boost, or try to catch the Psycho Boost, but they're going to go ahead and throw Psycho Boost anyways, which is fine, which means they're going to bail out, and we do see a Azumarill come in. And this is sometimes where I wish I had Solar Beam, but we're going to go ahead and build up to a potential Solar Beam. I think I needed a bit more energy there, but we're just going to throw the Body Slam, and we do get a shield, which is great. We're going to go ahead and go for another Body Slam here, do as much chip damage as we can, and the Azumarill is going to have to throw its energy in order to take us out. Now, we will also see if this Azumarill is Ice Beam or not, because they wouldn't throw a Play Rough or a Hydro Pump at this health. If it's Ice Beam, then we know on Chestnut we might have to shield. So it is going to be an Ice Beam that takes us out, and we're going to go ahead and bring in the Chestnut. Now, we're in a 2-to-1 shield situation, which I'm okay with. but we definitely need loaded energy for Defense Form Deoxys. Seeing that it does have Psycho Boost, we need to be able to land a Power Whip and do a lot of damage. So we're going to go ahead and shield that Ice Beam right here. We're going to overload, and they decide to bring back in Defense Form Deoxys, which is fine by me. I'm going to go for this Energy Ball right here, and they likely aren't going to shield knowing that nothing can KO. So we do land it, which is perfect. I'm going to count and hopefully catch the Psycho Boost. No, I was 2 off right there, 1 off right there, I think. Charge Beam now coming through. I'm guessing it's going to be Thunderbolt, so I'm going to have to shield. It's going to do super effective damage. It was another Psycho Boost. I could have gotten away with a free no shield right there. Well played to my opponent, but we will see. Let's see what comes back in. This is tough. Having no shields is very tough. It's going to be Umbreon. All right, so this is definitely going to be a game of energy. We know Azumarill has a bit of extra loaded energy, even though it did throw the Ice Beam against Chestnut. We have a lot of health on our Chestnut and energy. I think, no, just a little bit of energy. But we're going to go ahead and throw Hydro Cannons right here. They are building up a lot, and I really want to try to catch a foul play on my Chestnut right here, but the Switch Clock did not come up. So I think it's one more fast move, one more snarl to another foul play. So I'm going to wait for it. There's the one, and I'm going to swap. But they swap perfectly in time. That's so well timed by my opponent right here. And I'm going to go ahead and go for Superpower. I don't know if I should have done that. I think I should have tried to commit to the Farm Dome because I don't think Ice Beam KOs, but they shield anyways, and I'm not able to get to the second one in time. It's such a tough one. Ice Beam takes us out. So now my only win condition here is with Empoleon to farm down. We're going to be resisting Bubble. Please, Waterfall. Ooh, one fast move away right there. And that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent. We have Chestnut on the lead versus Bastiodon. All right, another Bastiodon team. We got to try to see what they do. They decide to swap in Pelipper, so this is going to be a double flyer team. We're going to bring in the Empoleon right now, and Empoleon is basically our best matchup right here because it's going to be resisting all the moves. Wing Attack, Weather Ball, and Hurricane because of the Steel Water typing, while Drill Peck does neutral. So ideally what we want to do is come out of this with Switch advantage. That way the Bastiodon has to come in, or doesn't necessarily have to come in, but we can apply pressure with our charge moves, right? So we're going to go ahead and shield right here. It's unfortunate that I'm going to have to shield a Weather Ball. Ideally, I would have loved to have shielded a Hurricane right there, but we will be able to farm down. We could have had more health as well. So we're going to see that Bastiodon now likely come back in. It can tank a Hydro Cannon pretty well, especially from Empoleon. It's not going to do too much damage, but still, it's going to hurt and it's going to chunk, which is what we need right here. So hopefully we can get to another one in time. No, Smackdowns are going to be able to take us out. So it's going to be up to Chestnut right here to start loading up on energy and anticipating. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Superpower now right away. I want to get a shield away from my opponent or get this Bastiodon out of there. We do get a shield, so now I'm going to look to swap into Lickilicky on their charge move. Otherwise, I would have to shield the Flamethrower, right? It does super effective damage. So we do catch the Flamethrower right here, which is perfect. They're not swapping out, which tells me whatever's in the back is extremely weak to Lickilicky, and I can't go for a Body Slam. I have to go for the Earthquake, and we get to the Earthquake at the same time, right before they get to their charge move. This Earthquake will one-shot the Bastiodon if they don't shield, which it does. Beautiful, and it's going to be a Mew in the back. So this is still tough. The game's not over, but we do get to a Body Slam. This Mew's win condition is if it has a good charge move, right? Surf and Wild Charge will not do enough damage because we resisted there on the Chestnut. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they have. I think I decide to shield. No, I decide to let it go. It's going to be a Surf, which doesn't take us out, and now I can swap into Chestnut and farm down. Again, they'd have to go for like double Overheat in order to take us out because we saved a shield right here. So it's just going to be another Surf, and that is going to be a good battle. Very well played to my opponent. So overall, very, very fun team, super spicy, pushed the limits of my knowledge. It was fun to play against those Hypno Double Dark teams to see how well Empoleon did endgame. It was very, very good against the Umbreon and the Hypno there. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about this team and these battles. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.